it in about maybe 30 seconds or less. So I'm gonna bring mine up. You bring yours up.
Alright.
About maybe 30 seconds. And if you could click the like on the video, Kyle. It's just me and you, so it should show two or three likes.
All right.
See me typing? Try and type.
I don't see it yet.
Oh, it should be up. So if you refresh your browser, you should see it.
Let me close it and restart it. Okay. All right, I found it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
You find where you can chat in the chat?
Yeah, I just found it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let us know in there what you invested in. Like, put it out there. All right, I see you. All right. So anyway, we live, Kyle. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna introduce myself, and then you introduce yourself, and we get going.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I'm Savon Smith, founder of Savon's Academy Stars in West Palm Beach, well, Royal Palm Beach, and started that organization in 2009. And I'm the founder of this organization as well, which is called Founding Players, named after the founding players of Savon's Academy Stars. Kyle, go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name is Kyle, 22 years of age. Enrolled in Palm Beach College and currently work at Nissan dealership.
Okay, awesome. Now, Kyle used to play for Foundation, another foundation that I founded called DIF, Do It Foundation. Briefly ran over that organization yesterday. As a matter of fact, Kyle, do you remember what's his name? Scotty Barnes. Do you remember Scotty Barnes?
Yeah, I do. West Palm Beach, right?
Yeah, you guys played them and I remember beating them. I'm not sure if you were at that game, but you your team had played them. Your younger team had played them
I
at
think I remember that.
and
We was in Palm Beach, right?
no, it was down. It was in Fort Lauderdale.
It's not Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, your younger team had played them and beat them. Younger DIF team, and that
I
was
think
Coach Andrew Farbs. Yeah,
I remember that. Yeah.
yeah. So Scotty Barnes plays for Florida State now. He's a
Uh.
freshman at Florida State,
Oh,
so he's on the radar for the league too. So he was ranked number one. I think it was between 1 and 3 in the nation. So the guys that took down Scotty Barnes and his team back in the days, man. So that's a good thing to remember. And you do know that our Jacoby Neath, our very own, one of our founding players of the 6 players, Jacoby Neath, he's at Wake Forest University. So proud of him. So that's a great accomplishment. We got some players, in D1. We got Jules Jasmine doing this thing at Palm Beach Atlantic University. So that's great. I don't really talk too much about um, the players. They're all doing their thing though. So it's a good thing. We
yeah.
have some interviews actually with some of the parents. If you scroll, if you look back in some of our interviews, you'll see them. Some of the parents of the founding players. So I know it said we have like 175 videos up. Some of those videos is of former players and former parents and things like that. I'm very close to a lot of the founding players' parents, and I'm very close overall to a lot of the people that came through the program. So big relationships that we've built. Lifetime relationships.
I think you took me to one of their house before.
Which
Remember?
Jacoby, probably Jacoby.
I think it was Jacob. He wasn't there though.
Yeah, I think he was in Canada at that time. Yep. But it's like family, man. It's my fam. Especially these founding players. They're my family, and not blood, but you might as well say blood. That's how close we gotten.
Mm.
Yep. Yeah, man. But it's good accomplishment. For those out there listening, we basically are, training kids, from age 7 to age 18. So if you have a young son or daughter that you want to get involved in basketball, you could always, shoot me a message in the chat, and I'll point you in the right direction as to, where to go. The program is out of Palm Beach, but I live in Fort Lauderdale and I commute. Right now, I'm not commuting much, but my son is running that program for me, as well as President Claudine, Gooden Brooks, is running that program for me, as well as another one of our founding players, Chadwick, which is coaching alongside my son as well. So program is in great hands, trying to help young people become, prosperous, moving the program on to them while I'm doing the financial literacy side of things, so that's what's going on with that. COVID kind of set, things back a little bit, and we're trying to, rebuild a little bit, so we're on our way. They almost gonna be starting back up, I think within the next month or so. They'll be playing travel ball again. Yep. So just a little bit about that. But tonight we're gonna talk, Kyle, a little bit about the blockchain technology. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to my notes and I'm gonna kind of, read something for people out there, for yourself and the people out there who maybe don't understand, the blockchain technology. I myself is still learning a lot about it, but I'm still going to, I have an idea how it is, and I'm still going to read so people can kind of like, for those who don't know, can kind of like get an understanding of it. All right, so before I get into it, Kyle, do you know anything about blockchain technology?
Wasn't it created in Beijing? Was that the start of creating in Beijing?
Well, outside of it being created, do you know anything about it? Like, is there any information that you have on the blockchain technology?
Isn't it something that has to do with crypto, right? Or
All right, so we're gonna read through it so you kind of get an understanding of it.
uh
So here's what you need to know about the technology that is revolutionizing finance. So just bear with me as I scroll down. If you had foresight way back when to invest in cryptocurrency, good on you. You know that value have skyrocketed. And while currencies such as Bitcoin certainly aren't mainstream yet, there are forces at work to strengthen the technology that is being blockchain behind them. Not only does blockchain ensure a more secure way of dealing with cryptocurrencies transactions, but through Ethereum, it is also used to store and execute smart contracts, essentially self-executing contracts with the term of agreement between buyer and seller being directly written into lines of codes. You'll learn everything you need to know about blockchain with the Blockchain Certification Advanced Training Bundle. Let me scroll down. In 2006, IBM invested hundreds of millions of dollars to try and merge artificial intelligence and blockchain into a single powerful prototype. 1 second. Microsoft announced in 2017 the release of the confidential framework on Ethereum-based protocol that will allow large corporations operate on the Ethereum blockchain. Blockchain as a technology refers to a decentralized public digital ledger that records transactions across many computers. All of the information is stored in many different computers at once across the internet. And this makes it hard for anyone to break into a single computer or steal the data. This provides a way to secure and efficiently create a tamper-proof log of sensitive activity, making it excellent for international payments and money transfer. The technology can be used to decrease the cost of these transfers by reducing the need for banks. Give me a second. You following?
Yeah.
All right. I got bad eyes, so I got to be squinting and reading. All right. This blockchain certification advanced training bundle offers 2 in-depth courses that will explain the concept and objectives of the technology, as well as the data structure and identifiers. It will teach you how to create blocks and add them to the blockchain with the help of mining. You will be given the opportunity to buy and sell Bitcoin and set up smart contracts on Ethereum. You will even be taught the tools to set up your own blockchain network using Hyperledger. Okay. All right. So from what I just read, what did you get from that, Kyle?
Basically, isn't it like a safer way to invest in, when you invest in Bitcoin? It's like a security, right? Or like it's like I'm pretty sure it's like a security that helps you.
Well, it's basically a better financial system than the one we have, but similar. But it's just a safer way. It's just a safer way. So what I'm getting from it and what I've understand about the blockchain, it started out, for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is how it got started. I believe you mentioned that in the beginning when I asked you. So yes, it did start it to where it was basically, you know, built, for Bitcoin, for cryptocurrency. And now the blockchain technology is more than just crypto. So the change is actually helping out a lot of different financial institutions, and us as consumers as well. So I believe it's there's no third party. Just like your bank would be like that third party. There's no third party. So if I bought something from you, you can kind of like see it on the blockchain. And there's another piece that explains it, but I would have to find it and read it. So basically everything is recorded through these computers or through the blockchain, and it's like a bunch of computers together storing the information, storing. There's no third party. It's just coded, and it's storing the information, and you could see it as well as I can see it. We could see our transaction that was made. So instead of one computer, it's many computers storing information. And as I said, I'm learning about it as well, and it's not the easiest thing to learn about, but as time go, we will all understand it more and more and more. I know right now what's going on is it's there's a lot being worked on still, and it's not fully here yet, but there's a lot being worked on currently. So you see the market going down. The market is down right now. It's an opportunity for them to fix the system. So what happened when you're trying to fix a system? There's going to be a lot of ups and downs. So I think the cryptocurrencies, they're they're making sure they're getting all their ducks in a row, before it really comes to fruition. See what I'm saying?
Yeah. And plus it won't, I don't think it will ever go too down because cryptocurrency is big right now.
Well, it's getting big. It's not.
Yeah, again, it's a lot of people. I'm hearing it a lot more
Yeah.
than anything.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm hearing a lot more. I don't know. You said Doge. I mean, I've been hearing Dogecoin, Bitcoin. But you said Dogecoin is not part of crypto, is it?
No, it's crypto. I'm gonna try to find the piece that explains. I thought I had it up, but I don't really see it. But all right, while I look for that, why don't we jump into stocks that you've invested in so far?
I bought 33 shares of CNET. Oh yeah.
Okay, 33 shares of CNET. You just learned about CNET last night. You did a little bit of research on it and you invested in it. So I'm going to ask you about the performance of that stock. So you bought 33 shares, and what's it looking like right now? Can you go to your Robinhood?
Yeah.
Okay. Trying to be transparent, so anybody out there paying attention, you kind of know.
Right now it says I'm down right now $10.87.
Let's break down where you bought it at. So your Robinhood kind of explains it to you. So tell me where you bought it at.
I bought it at $2.65.
Give me a second. Give me a second.
Okay.
So you bought it at 265?
Yeah.
Okay. CNET. Okay, bought CNET at 265. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, but CNET's 265. Got 33 shares in it, and it says I'm down 1087 right now.
$10.87.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm down 10.87. All right, so you bought it at 265. Tell me where it's at right now as far as the amount that it's trading at. And I know you said you're down 10.87, but it was 265. Where is it at now? To what?
Right now it's 233.
Okay, hold on. $233.
Yeah.
All right. So what I was doing is typing it into the chat. So basically, you give an example here. So you did your research and you bought CNET after we mentioned it yesterday on our channel. And so far, you're down.
Mm-hmm.
And it's down from 265 to 230. Okay? So call that a 30-cent drop. Times your 33 shares, you're down 1087. So you can understand how, your stocks work. So basically, you're at a loss right now, which what do you get before I explain, what do you get from this? Like at a loss. Are you upset? How do you feel?
I mean, I'm not. I mean, it hasn't been sitting for that long. Yeah, I just bought it today, so I'm not really. I don't feel mad or nothing. I know it kind of waited out. It's more of a patient thing.
All right. So the reason I asked that is just to see, how you feel, because we may have people out there watching and want to learn, and sometimes, you lose money and you take your money and run, when you lose it. And some people don't understand how it works. And, I'm trying to explain it right now, through the experience of you buying, recently and using it as example. So basically, let me break down CNET through another stock. So when I first bought SOS, so I put SOS in here. When I first bought an SOS, SOS pretty much did the same thing. So give me a second.
All right.
Bought SOS at about $1. Call it 89 cents. SOS dropped. Oops. To $1, probably 50 cents before going to $4. All right, so there I just threw in the chat an example of when I bought SOS. So similar to you buying CNET, I bought SOS at about 189 a share. I mean 189, yep, per share. And it dropped. So let's say it dropped to 150, possibly even lower than that if I can remember, probably 133, and then it went on to be $4. So it took
How long after did they do that? To when?
There's no time frames on when these things can do what they do, but the time frame on that was probably within the same week.
Mm,
But it doesn't mean that CNET's going to do the same thing.
mm,
Because so there's no time as to when that's going to happen. So a lot of times the news, can move the stock up or down. So it depends on the news that's going to come out on CNET, and you just have to continue to research and find the news. Keep on researching the stock that you invested in to see what's going on with it, and this way you'll know which direction the stock may be going, and it could help you to whether add more money or get rid of the stock, but a lot of times your research is what helps you to know if you need to be holding a stock or getting rid of a stock. In this case, in my opinion, this is a stock to hold, because it has to do with mining. Again, we're talking about cryptocurrency, so it's a mining company. So again, mining is basically, keeping records. You're mining the cryptocurrencies on the blockchain. You're keeping records. So I don't think that company is going anywhere anytime soon except up, in my opinion.
mm.
I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm just sharing, my knowledge that I understand of what's going on today with this technology. So getting back to SOS now. So SOS actually went from $4 to $15.
Mm.
So I'll put then SOS went from, see, trying to be very transparent, from $4 to 15. So I threw that in there. So then SOS went from $4 to $15. So what I did was I have my Robinhood and I bought it, under the $2. And once it moved once it pretty much doubled and went to $4, I bought more at $4 in my Wells Fargo trading account. So I bought more at $4. Then when it went from $4 to 15, then obviously gain a lot from that, but I gain a lot more because I held it in Robinhood from under $2. But because of the news, I bought more, even at that higher price. But I did not want to buy it in Robinhood because let's just say I bought it at $1.89 in Robinhood. I wanted to show that $1.89 in my Robinhood to show where I bought it from. I did not want to average up. So what that means is if I bought it at $4 and bought more at if I bought more at $4 in Robinhood, it would average up to over $2. Get what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying, Kyle?
Not really. It was say one time. You said if you bought, I don't know. Say that one time.
Okay. If I bought SOS in Robinhood at $1.89 a share, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and it went to $4, so it doubled.
Okay.
But if I bought more at $4 price, it would average up. It would average my $1.89 to over $2. Get what I'm saying?
Okay.
Bought it higher because I bought more at a higher price, so it would average up.
Okay. Yeah, I see.
Yeah. So in other words, being that you bought CNET at 265, right now it's low, um, at 233, I think you said. Yep, 233. So if you bought more, it would average down. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you bought more right now, it would average down. So being that you bought it at 265, if I were you, I would buy more of it at 233, and you would average down from 265 to say it depends on the number of shares that you bought at the lower price of 233, then you could average down to maybe 240. You get what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. So okay, yeah. So I know you. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Okay. So me giving that example, this is why you buy at a discount. So you get the average down. Averaging up is not the best deal. Averaging down is. So now that your stock has dropped, you need to buy more so you can average down. Because when you average down and the stock goes up high, real high, then you're getting more for for your money. Get what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Your shares, your gain is higher.
Yeah.
Yep. So
For
when
sure.
so when you see a stock's dropping like that, average down. Buy more to average down.
Got you.
All right. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
using your CNET as example to my SOS when I bought my SOS. It's right there in the chat that I bought it at four. I mean, under $2, and it doubled to four, and I bought it at four in my other one of my other accounts. That way I could see that I bought it at 189. And what I do in Robinhood is I do that a lot. So a lot of my stocks in Robinhood, I bought them under $2. And I love to look at it because it shows me that I've done my research and that I got in early. You want to do your research to be able to get into stocks early. You don't want to get in later on when the stock is higher. So in other words, you buying CNET at 265 and then CNET goes to $15, you're getting in when it's $15. That means you're spending more to buy more shares. Your shares are higher now. But if you do your research and get in this early, then that means you caught this stock in the beginning stage almost. You understand?
Mm-hmm. And that's a bigger profit.
Yeah. So just imagine CNET becoming a Tesla.
Yeah.
You know, not
Yeah.
not saying it'll be a Tesla, but even if you bought CNET at 265 and CNET goes to $15, that's a big gain. So because if you bought a lot of shares at 265 or at 233, you could still gain. It depends on what you put in. You can gain a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So stock doesn't necessarily have to be as expensive as Tesla. You know, let's use SOS for instance. I bought it at 189 and it went to $15. So I depending on the number of shares that I bought, I'm okay. You get what I'm saying?
Mm.
That
Plus,
that that's a big gain.
plus you even bought more. So when you bought more, it dropped your average down.
No, it didn't drop my average down. And I used another app. So it didn't drop my in actuality it dropped my average, but not in Robinhood. So I did an extra investment in another app.
Oh, you
You
did
understand?
uh, another
Yeah.
another trading app,
What was that?
another stock market app.
Yeah. Another like you have a couple apps. You got Robinhood, you have Webull, you have TD
Mm.
Ameritrade, which I told you about today. You so that's another app. You have Stash. You know, there's quite a few of them.
So
Um,
when one goes
Fidelity.
Robinhood in one app, that means it goes up in all the apps, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
uh,
yeah. All of them is pretty much recording the same thing. Yep. It's just
So
mhm.
what was the reason for you buying in another app instead of Robinhood?
Because sometimes you can't find we do that because sometimes you can't find one stock in one app and you can find it in the next. So if Robinhood doesn't have SOS, maybe I have SOS in my brokerage account with the bank.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, your OTC stocks, you can't find those in Robinhood because they haven't IPO'd yet. So you can find those things in your brokerage account with your bank. You can find them in TD Ameritrade, which is why I told you to download TD Ameritrade.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So just imagine going to you're sick and you go to the store, you go buy medicine over the counter, instead of going to pay the doctor. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
To write a prescription. You're able to just go and buy that stock before it IPOs. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So you learn about the stock before, a lot of other people who's not really doing their research. You understand?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we buy a lot of OTC stocks
You
that
you you seen the one of the things I sent you?
you know what? I didn't even get to watch that yet. I gotta watch it when we get off.
Yeah, okay. Watch it.
What was it about? Or you want me to just watch it and see?
I can tell you it's because it's an actor. What's his name? What, Joe Rogan? Isn't that his name? Joe Rogan or one of the comedians actor, but he he made a company a strain of marijuana. It's
Mhm.
called a house plant. And he said coming out, he said he spent 10 years doing it and everything. And it's coming out now. And he said he mixed a lot of strains and made it his own strain. So he basically made his own strain.
Okay. All right, I'll check it out. I'll definitely check it out when we get off.
So no, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like we get wherever the dispensaries are selling that, might as well. It might go up.
Mhm. All right, I'll check it out. Check out SNDL when you can.
SND.
Yeah, I'll type it in here. Yep, I typed it in there, SNDL. But I'll also message that to you and just do your research on it.
Okay. Give us still watch it.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna watch the video. I'm just telling you, you talking about that just made me remember to tell you about SNDL and to do your research. All right. I know we're a little bit, in, so I'm gonna go over this, being that we're sharing information. I am not a financial advisor. This video is for entertainment and education purpose only. This video is not financial advice. You can lose money investing into the stock market. You are liable for any losses that you incur from investing in the stock market. I shall not be liable for any losses you may incur while investing or trading on the stock market. Contact a licensed financial professional in your area for professional advice. Just wanted to read that so everyone knows that I'm just sharing the information that's in my some of the information that's in my portfolio, and we're just sitting here being transparent and just letting you guys know, hey, there's an opportunity here, and we're sharing some of our stocks, and you can do your research and figure out what you want to do, you know, with these stocks. Yep. Just like I told you about them, Colin, you researched them and then you decided to purchase them.
Sure.
Yes, sir. So, gave an example of SOS. All right, so that's done. Let's kind of jump back into, the blockchain technology. So basically, it's new financial system, and it's basically going through the adoption process right now. So I've spoke to you yesterday about you're not buying anything in Bitcoin, not you, not me. Neither one of us is buying anything in Bitcoin. I'm invested in it, but I'm not, using it to buy anything right now. I'm holding it, but it's going through its adoption process. So there's lots of institutions still looking into getting into Bitcoin. There's a lot of people and consumers still considering whether they should invest in it. So it's going through its adoption, right now. So these stocks like the CNET and the SOS that we've mentioned in the chat, there's still great upside. Just like there is great upside to Bitcoin, there's great upside to a lot of cryptocurrencies. There's just great upside to these stocks, because most of them are mining companies and they have to do with the cryptocurrency. So, we just have to be patient and give things time. You understand what I'm saying, Kyle?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I wanted to come on and speak to you today about the blockchain technology. That way we can get, you to understand what you're actually invested in. I'm sharing with you, but you want to go back and do your own research as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right. So just picture, like, I know you may not know, this, but we all went to school, so we kind of know what like an adoption is. If both of us, or you or me, go and if you have a wife, and you wanted to, and same here for me, you wanted to adopt a child, you have to go through the process before they actually send that child home with you. So I'm equaling that to, like, crypto, gaining that momentum. Well, it's gaining momentum right now, but you know, before it actually comes home, it's going through the adoption process. When you adopt a child, you want to be able to, they're going to question you, they're going to ask questions, they're going to make sure you're a good fit. So basically they're making sure they're strengthening the system, so that way we'll have a good financial system to be able to run with. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And you want to have that great child to be able to go home and run with that child, have that child, nurture that child, and that child becomes an adult, and you know that you picked a good child, so you adopted a great kid, and you have to be checked out as a parent, and you have to check out that child's background and things like that, so you know what you're getting yourself into. So just equal that to, the blockchain technology, it's right now, it's the adoption process, and they have to make sure that they're giving you something that's strengthened, you want to strengthen the financial system. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's
And
still up in the up and downs right now.
yeah, so which is why you see the skepticism, there's a lot of people unsure, but when the internet came about, it was the same process, so just look at it like that. So your stock going from 265 down to 233, just look at it like it's going through an adoption. It's the adoption system. People are getting used to the fact that times are changing. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, when it comes to changes, you all know, you know, as humans, we kind of fight the change. We don't really like change. Majority of people don't like change. We like the same old system. So when this financial system is coming to be, we want to still be worrying about the old system. We like to live our lifetime with the same things. You know, a lot of people do. Not everybody. Some people like changes, but majority people, you know, I always like to use 85% of the population is like they don't really take the time to understand why they're here on Earth. You know, so and they don't even take the time to take a vacation. I know many people who live in the same city, the same town, the same state, the same whatever for, and they won't even try nothing new. You know, so it's kind of like what it is. It's like a new technology is not going to be so easy to bring about because people is already gonna, you know, I'm not so sure about that. Why are we changing the system? You know what I'm saying?
Mm. Plus, it's like a little complicated too. Like they're not trying to get into it.
Exactly.
More difficult, a little more difficult.
Yeah, and humans don't like complications. If you know, like even me, I'm doing my best to explain the blockchain technology, you know, and I'm still learning, but I'm
Mm.
not going to not say anything about it to you because I still want you to get an understanding of it, you know, and I'm going to get better at explaining it, but I'm not going to wait for me to get great at it. You see what I'm saying? I don't
Mm.
know. LeBron James just didn't become great at basketball. He took stairs. He took the stairs, you know. So I'm sharing information on this YouTube channel and I'm sharing it with you. And so others can actually hear, you know, what we're sharing. But it's a lot of times it's the belief in what you're doing that can help somebody else believe. You know, we
Mhm.
all gonna do our research and invest at our own risk, but we still can share information, you know, and help each other come together and help each other. You know, so again, human beings don't really like changes. A lot of human beings don't really like changes. We like the same old system, so it makes implementing a new system, you know, a little bit harder. And like we spoke about before, it's going through its adoption process. And I use the child coming home, you know, with the parent as example, as you know, take your time to understand the system and strengthen, you know, the system, and that's what's going on. Yep, that's what's going on with the blockchain technology. And also when humans get used to a system, you know, that's been around, they they don't want no new system. You know, they want to keep the same old system for their lifetime. So
Mhm.
they don't like to change. You know, just think of Congress. It's been the same in Congress. It's been the same people. I mean, they changed, but it's like same people in office. It's like don't like changes. You know, think about this. I don't know how much you know about the government or government, but you know, we have amendments, and there's only been 27 amendments. So that tells you that even though we can amend certain things, we don't like changes. You know, I don't know how much you follow, you know, but there's only been 27 amendments and, you know, been around for a while. The United States been around for a while. So at the end of the day, that goes to show you that there's not much changes being made,
No, really. It or it takes a long time for it to change, especially in office.
especially in what?
It takes a long time. If it's for years, like such as if the president or whatever the term is, it's like it's a long term. So it's kind of once it's a long term and they're doing it for a while and they're in the office for a while, they already get used to it. So it's like a when a new person come in office, it's kind of it takes more to adopt.
Yeah, exactly. Do me a favor and put in the chat. That way I'm not the only one writing in there. Just put in the chat that, you know, what we just, you know, went over. Just put a little bit of that in there. The fact that, you know, blockchain technology is a new financial system, you know, that's going through the adoption process. Mhm.
Every time you keep typing in. Change. You see? Did you see my text?
Your text?
I'll be in my chat in the chat.
Okay. National system is going through a adoption process. It takes for people to adopt to a new change. Yep. Takes time. Yep, definitely. Exactly. You saw I had wrote some stuff too, right?
Yeah. Let's start keeping.
Yes, sir. Great. So we're gonna start getting more used to, especially on Sunday when we have more people in the Zoom, we're gonna start asking people to you know, communicate a little bit more, both in the Zoom and both in the YouTube chat. That way we'll get some interaction from people. So that's the way we're gonna do it going forward to where people are getting involved. And me and Alan is not just the only ones speaking, you know. We want people to get involved. Just like I'm gonna run over a few things with you right now, and I'll kind of like we'll let this be the thing where we have interaction. You know what I'm saying? It'll help the channel to grow. It'll help people to gain confidence, knowing what they're talking about. So I think that'll be a good thing to get everybody involved. So we want you to monitor your stocks. We pretty much want to know what your stocks are doing, the stocks that you research and invest in. Share with us, share with the audience. We want to know the performance of your stock. You see what I'm saying? It's like you broke down, you bought CNET at 265 and you said it, dropped down to 233, and you were down $10. You don't got to go into depths of how much you're down, but the stock went down, and you learn that you can actually average down. So those things we could definitely speak on. So we want to do that and get everybody involved. So monitor your stocks for the rest of the week and let us know on Sunday. Take notes, write them down, see what your stocks are doing daily, and make notes. If you don't have a notebook, buy yourself a notebook and keep track of your stocks and their performance. You could go in Robinhood and you can hold your finger down on the chart and see what happened yesterday, the day before, a week ago, a month ago. Just monitor your stock. That way you can give a brief analysis about your stock that you're invested in. I think that'll be a good thing, for people to do, and stay involved, and not just have me and Alan speaking on things, but we want everybody to be, speaking. That way we're educating ourselves on the stocks that we are invested in. So Do me that favor and make sure you monitor your stocks through the
Mm.
week. Okay?
Uh, yes, sir.
Yep. You don't have to watch them every day, but just make sure because we meet every Sunday. So just make sure that you know how your stocks are performing. That's not a bad thing. That's actually a good thing. And I'll do the same. I'll share what few of my stocks are doing, and that will also help people to understand, what they're getting themselves into and do their own research and figure out what to invest in. What do you think about that? That's a great idea, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yep. So
def-
every play that you get into, you'll understand it.
hmm
I may learn about that play that you got into that maybe I wasn't into, and somebody else will learn about that play that you sharing with us, and they may do their own research and get into it. So sharing is caring, man. We're all in this together. I built this group so we can help each other, and that's what we have to do is show people that we're helping each other. Show each other that we are helping each other, and then other people will see that they may form their own group and help each other. Yes, sir. I heard your stock performed, so that's a good thing. You only bought the one stock?
yeah. For now, I did buy that just one start.
Okay, so you got one. Okay. All right, so not gonna hold you up too long. I would told you I wasn't gonna stay on too long because you work, I work, so we need to get some rest.
Hmm
So I'm not gonna hold you up. Anything you wanted to say before we finish out?
No, I'm good.
All right. So give us before you go. One thing I want to know. You signed up with TD Ameritrade. Explain that to me again before we go. What happened with that? What it says you need?
Um. Oh, I was gonna when I linked my bank account and when I put money in, it said the money won't go all the way in until it's processing and it'll take like 30 minutes to an hour. And when I went back, it said it was closed. So I couldn't buy the stock that I wanted
Okay.
when it
So,
was closed.
uh-huh. Okay. So
Mm.
with TD Ameritrade, I believe like if you send your money today, um, before say, let's just say you send it at 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, or preferably in the morning,
Mhm.
and that let's just say it's Thursday. You know, my understanding is it will be in there Friday for you to be able to trade, but it won't clear completely from your bank. It'll still say pending in your bank. I don't think it'll clear completely until about 3 to 5 days or three. I believe I have to check to be sure.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right because it didn't come up on my bank statement yet. I don't think it did.
Yeah, it takes a couple of days, but I think it's available for you to buy in 1 to 2 days, 1.5, 2 days. So my understanding is if you do it to today is Thursday, if you did it today, say 1 o'clock, it should be available tomorrow, which is Friday, for you to be able to purchase a stock. So you sent money, so it should be available tomorrow for you to
Mm.
purchase, is my understanding. So I guess we'll find out tomorrow if you're able to purchase.
Okay.
If not, you'll have to wait till Monday.
Mm. All right,
Yeah.
cool.
So some information for you before I go. If you wanted to let's just say we gave stocks and you wanted to research and purchase. You may want to have some buying power in your TD Ameritrade or your Robinhood, because instead of waiting for funds to become available to be able to trade, those funds would already be there. So in other words, if you wanted to deposit, say $200, and then you maybe use $50 of it to invest in something, and that would mean you would have $150 buying power left for emergency reasons. And I call it emergency reasons because you may do your research and find out about a stock that you might want to jump into as quick as possible. And if you don't have the money there and you have to wait 1 or 2 days, then you're not going to be able to buy that stock. And you may miss out on an opportunity to ride the wave, because sometimes news come out and you want that buying power to be there so you can jump right into the stock as quick as possible as you research it and learn about it. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So do your best to keep some buying power.
Robinhood does the same thing as well, huh?
Yeah.
It takes like 2 days for it to come in. Okay.
Yep. With everything that happened with Robinhood, things changed.
Mm.
Yep, the stop. All right, well, that's it for me, man. Another session, and we did a great job. I think I've been dragging the last two, to be honest with you, but it is what it is. We're not always going to be upbeat every single time, so I can see that myself is dragging the last 2 times, but it is what it is. I'm still on here. I'm still chucking, you know what I mean?
Still good information.
Yeah, still good information, but I'm not gonna lie. I've been dragging the last 2 days. I know I'm tired, but I'm excited, to be honest with you. I'm excited that you're involved. So I pushed myself to do the last 2, because I like the fact that a young man like yourself reached out and wanted, to come and join our group. And I'm just extremely excited to help young people, because the future is yours, and it's mine as well. But if I can serve as example to help young people realize their potential or realize they need to invest, whatever they need to realize, I'm here to help them to realize it, and I'm fighting hard as I am right now, being tired, coming home and dragging. I'm still here on the YouTube, and I'm still trying to help, get you in the position that is going to help you in the future. So trust me, I'm dragging, but I'm doing it because I care about helping, especially young people to have a good future. Lots of us make mistakes by not paying attention when we were young, and I was young once, and I don't want that to keep happening to the people that I surround myself with. I want to at least share information to get you guys to understand, jump on right now, because the opportunity out there right now is almost like Apple all over again, Google all over again, and I don't want my good people to miss that. Okay?
Appreciate that.
No problem, man. So work as hard as you've been working, but make it pay off in your investing. See, I'm a rapper. That rhymes. With that being said, drop the mic. All right, man. You have yourself a good night, Kyle.
You too.
We'll talk throughout the rest of the week, but I'll see you Sunday.
All
right.